Just me, my personal opinion. You let me know in the comment section who you will not be drafting as a running back this season. So we're gonna go over my 8 that, or we're not gonna draft. I'm just not even gonna worry about drafting these individuals. And if you're watching this video, do me a favor. Post in the comment section which running back you drafted in the 2024-2025 NFL season that busted for you, where you had to go to the waiver wire to try to find somebody, a running back, a second string running back to plug in because that number 1 running back that you drafted was a bust. Today, this video, we're going to talk about 8 receivers. Excuse me. That's going to be the next video. We're going to talk about 8 running backs that you should not draft in the 2025-2026 season. We're already here. We are here. We are getting close. July 31st, there's going to be that Hall of Fame game or whatnot, and then that kicks off the season, which, of course, we have to wait until late August or early September for that first NFL game. But today we're going to talk about eight running backs that me personally, on the I Know Fantasy Sports podcast, just me, my personal opinion. You let me know in the comment section who you will not be drafting as a running back this season. So we're going to go over my 8 that, or we're not going to draft. I'm just not even going to worry about drafting these individuals. And some of them you may agree with me, and some you may disagree with me on. So let's kick it off. Let's get it started here. So the first running back that I will not draft in the 2025 season is going to be yours truly, even though everybody loves this person, Christian McCaffrey. So 5 games played last year. ESPN rank for the 2025 season is ranked number 4. But here it is, guys. He cannot stay healthy. So why would I want to invest in a player that only played 5 games last year? 33% of the games he played. Then we had to have Jordan Mason, who actually was beasting for a little while until he got hurt. So this is a player that I'm not going to be drafting this year. I had him in 2 of my leagues last year, and it was a complete disappointment. It seemed like he cannot go a full season. Okay, I know he does it all. I know he can run. I know he can catch. I know he's got great vision. But this is an individual that it's just, you don't know if he's going to be hurt and be out for a specific period of time. And last year was living proof, because it seems like almost every season, even when he's with the Panthers, he was missing at least 3, 4 to 5 games out of that season. Now, the next individual we're going to talk about is Alvin Kamara. 14 games played last year. He is on the ESPN ranking 14, okay, for the 2025 season. But listen, I know that this guy does the same thing as McCaffrey. He can run, he can catch. He's never had a 1,000-yard season. In the time that he's been in the league, he has never not 1,000-yard season rushing. Now, I say rushing because, of course, you can lump the receiving and rushing in together, and of course, he has had that. But we need that running back who is a dual running back that can catch and run. And let's have him have a 14-yard season where he has 1,000 yards plus rushing and 300 plus yards catching and receiving, right? So this is the number 2 guy out of the 8 that I will not be drafting this year. Next person, Najee Harris. 17 games played. Now, I know he's with the new team. ESPN rank is 38. Okay. And what I feel about him is he's not consistent. Last year I had picked him up in one of my leagues, and he only had a few back-to-back 100 rushing yard games. And this man did not get in the end zone until like week 7 or 8, something like that. He did not get in the end zone. So much to the point to where Jaylen Warren was actually getting more snaps than Najee. And then, of course, Najee picked it up a little bit, when they had Russell Wilson there. And he picked it up a little bit. But I just cannot trust this player, especially him being like, let's say he's drafted in the 4th round for yourself, but he's a number 1 running back in your league. He's a number 1 running back for you. So I am not drafting Najee Harris. And I know he's with Justin Herbert this season, but I just cannot trust this guy. He's got to show me the proof that he's going to be the caliber player that he's going to be, because we have other running backs who they beast. They eat out there on the football field. Next person we're going to go to is Travis Etienne. Etienne. Man, this dude, when he played for Clemson, he was a monster. He had a decent season with the Jaguars, but now 15 games in, he is ESPN ranked 37. You know, crowded backfield with Tank Bigsby, and I know they picked up another running back. And this dude don't really have the flash that we saw 2-3 years ago. And I know he's been plagued with some injuries here and there, but this guy doesn't have that flash anymore. It could be different this year, but I cannot trust putting Travis Etienne as a number one running back in my lineup. And you know, you need those players that you can trust day in and day out. If they're not getting 100 rushing yards, they're at least getting in the end zone. You know, give me 80 yards rushing, one rushing touchdown, and then maybe 30, 40 receiving yards every game. Etienne is not delivering that. So that's why Tank Bigsby took over the position for a little bit, especially when he was banged up. Next individual we're going to talk about here. And if you're liking what you're hearing right now, like I said, post in the comment section what you think in regards to the players, running back that is, that you're not picking up. You're going to just, even if they are the next one in line when it comes to the running backs, you're not even thinking about picking them up. Next person, Breece Hall. Woo, Breece Hall. 16 games played last year. He is the ESPN rank 15 this year. You know, it's a shared backfield. Of course, with the quarterback change. Man, even with Aaron Rodgers there, Devontae Adams coming over from the Las Vegas Raiders, it's a crowded backfield. And also, it's a shared backfield, but their offense was terrible. And I know Breece Hall, he catches the ball, he gets you some yards receiving, but I just cannot trust unless Breece shows me something, or it's just like one of those individuals where you're picking him up in the 7th round of the draft. Now we're moving on to the next one here. Kenneth Walker. Woo-wee! Kenneth. I love those. Listen, the lime green jerseys that the Seahawks throw on, I like them. I like their jersey layout anyways. It's nice. It's nice, especially back from when the Marshawn Lynch days was, when you had the old school Seahawks jerseys. But Kenneth Walker, 12 games played last year, couldn't stay healthy. ESPN rank is number 16. This dude averaged 3.7 yards per carry. Now, that's not good in the NFL, honestly. You gotta at least average 4.2, 4.3 yards, something like that. 3.7 yards per carry for Kenneth Walker. And this dude was always injured too. You know, he's missing games here and there to where Zach Charbonnet had to come in and play many snaps. So Kenneth Walker is another guy. Now we got 2 more out of the 8 that I would not be drafting in the 2025 season. The next person is Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco, 7 games played last year. ESPN ranked 27. This dude, 3.7 yards per carry. Not a flashy running back. Not flashy. He's just a north-south running back. He's not going to cut east and west. You know, he's not breaking very many ankles. He's just a north-south running back. Decent hands, you know, but Isaiah Pacheco is not a player that I will be looking to pick up, especially if he gets injured again. Of course, you're not going to get much from Pacheco. Looking at the stats last year, you know, he had maybe 1 or 2 games before he got injured where he rushed over 100 yards. Correct me if I'm wrong now. Listen, correct me if I'm wrong. But Isaiah Pacheco is not one that I'm going to be picking up in the 2025 season. And last but not least, let's get the drum roll. Last but not least, we have Ramondre Stevenson. My team, Patriots. I don't claim him. I can't claim him, man. It's been so rough since Tom Brady left. But, yeah, 15 games played, ranked 38th on ESPN, 3.9 yards per carry. Now, that's okay, That's okay. But they have a terrible offense, and it's inconsistent. They don't have the caliber of a quarterback to be able to open it up. But then, of course, you had the offensive line. You had, you know, Antonio Gibson taking snaps. A terrible offense. So you can't really trust a running back to be able to do it all if the quarterback can't even get receivers the ball. Their receiving core was terrible. I know they picked up Stephon Diggs. You know, Stephon Diggs is going to be able to open up a lot more. They got DeMario Douglas, but it's still, we don't know what we're going to get with this team right now. So, like I said, these 8 individuals, these 8 players, especially Ramondre Stevenson, I just cannot trust. And that's how it is with me. It is what it is, and that's what it's going to be. But let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the 8 running backs that I've talked about. And I keep saying receiver for some reason. So that must be my mind telling me that the next video that I'm going to do is going to be the 8 to 10 receivers that I would not be drafting in the 2025-2026 NFL draft. Okay. So if you like what you heard, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. I am going to be posting more videos. You know, I did a short video in regards to the Pacers stepping up and winning against OKC. Pretty much the buzzer beater from Tyrese Halliburton. So, yeah, subscribe to the channel. This is the I Know Fantasy Football podcast, and I am going to be rolling with more videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Post in the comment section who you think is the running back that you will not be drafting, or if you agree with me with one of these 8 individuals here that are going to be playing in the 2025-2026 season. NFL season is almost here, so we're about to get it rolling one more time, baby. Let's keep it going. Peace.